None of my business. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to be making a Paris tips if you're traveling video. If you are new, welcome. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you so much for the love and support. It means so much to me that I get to share the things that I love with you guys and give you feedback and help you have amazing trips too. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. So my first travel tip for traveling to Paris is to utilize the taxis over the Ubers and to utilize the metro over the taxis. So as soon as we landed in Paris, I had a little bit of a scuffle in London with one of the taxi drivers. Charged us so much, and it was in pounds. So when I got to Paris, I was trying to be extremely careful about getting gypped with the taxis, and I do speak French, so I think that may have helped a little bit, although I don't think the guy was actually trying to rip us off by any means, even if we would have spoken English. So basically when I checked Uber, our location was maybe 3 miles away from the train station, and the Uber was probably going to be about 22 euro to 23 euro. When I consulted with the taxi and let him know that our Uber was going to be that much, he said absolutely not, my taxi is not going to cost that much, and it only ended up costing about 13 euro to take a taxi. So what happened in Paris was that in order for the taxis to not lose business because of Uber, they had to bring their prices down. So that's a really smart trick. If you're not able to take the metro or you need to get something somewhere quicker, then you should definitely utilize the taxis over the Ubers. Just Uber is a no-no in Paris. And definitely utilize the metro because the metro will bring that cost down significantly. My tip number 2 is know your cafe etiquette. And by etiquette, I mean French etiquette. But I thought etiquette is appropriate because the word fret is in there, and that should trigger a feeling of fear because that's how you feel when you walk into a French cafe and you do everything wrong, and the feedback that the people that work there give you is you should be afraid of doing things wrong, deathly afraid, like Saw, because I swear when you walk up in these cafes, it's like that weird doll is behind the counter when you're staring at your croissant, and all of a sudden you go to make your order and boom, scares the living daylights out of you. So how to not trigger the French when you are at a French cafe. How many things could you do wrong really to trigger scary etiquette at a French cafe? Let me tell you, you don't have exact change. You don't say thank you. You order in English. You order in French, but your French sucks. You don't know what you're ordering because I know when I go to a cafe here, sometimes I'm like, and what is? That's a no-no. Not having exact change is a thing because you are supposed to be considered, especially if it's rush hour, which is when everybody goes to a cafe, to have exact change. So, count your coins, baby. Have exact change, or else. The scariest people you have ever seen. No, but really. And last but not least, you don't know the difference between for here or to go, which is emporter ou sur place. The last one for me was very important because if you order for here, things are more expensive. It's per item too. So on my last Paris vlog, I went to a beautiful bakery. I ordered emporter because in my mind it sounded like import, to import, importer. One starts with an I, one starts with an E. Go figure. And it just made sense to me. It sounded like emporter would be like to import, to give, like to bring in. So you give me your goods and I sit down in your restaurant and eat them. But no, lo and behold, that means to go. So as I was walking out, I sat down with my food. The ladies came, they took my stuff, they took my coffee, they took my pastries, they put them on plates, and then I had to pay the difference, which is fine. I wasn't trying to gyp anybody. Tip number 3 would be to use as much French as possible. That might sound like a given, but it might not come natural to everyone. I think a few weeks or a few months before your trip, you should really go online, get on Google, like that little Google cat meme, trying to find things, and try to find useful French phrases that you may need when you are going to a different country, because ultimately people appreciate you trying. People appreciate you trying while still being appalled at how bad you are. Does that make sense? I'm just kidding. Maybe not, but just try. It's polite and it's kind of fun to not know what you're doing sometimes and have to talk to a local. That's always nice. Tip number 4, use a student ID. I don't care if you're 12, 25, 46, or 92. You could be a student at any community college, at any university, anywhere in the world. Someone in my group may or may not have just put their name on a document they made online that looked like a student ID and laminated it and gotten free entry to different museums and different places. I think it's worth a shot. If you have a student ID, you can go to different places and get a discount or get into museums for free, which is a definite plus. My tip number 5 is get lost. In Paris, there's so many beautiful neighborhoods and nooks and markets, and there's so many beautiful colors and architecture, and it's just an immaculate city of romance and style and fashion, and it's just to die for. So get lost, go to the grocery store, get some wine, buy some lunch, and then sit on the river, on the Seine River, and just enjoy dinner. Even get some candles. It is so beautiful how many people and how many couples and families and friends you see that just go sit along the river to just socialize while the sun is setting or to have lunch. It was a really beautiful thing to see. Away from TVs, off their phones, just socializing amongst one another. And that was really cute. I loved it. I would totally go back and do that again. My last tip is similar to a tip on one of my other videos for travel to Greece. Use Google Flights or use Skyscanner. My favorite thing to use is Google Flights. I'm gonna hop on Google Flights right now and show you guys how much flights could be. I've literally seen flights on here for $300. Boom, $348. I mean, you probably spend that eating out anyway. You might as well just save up for a cute trip. So I wanted to make this video cute, sweet, and to the point. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you. Please leave a comment down below if you have any questions about the trip, the Airbnb, the places we stayed, any questions about anything, comment down below. I really appreciate that you guys let me travel with you and give you tips and you entertain all of this creative fun that I have going on. So that really means a lot to me. So if you want more videos like this, leave a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye.